Hey guys, it's Joshy here and I am back with another Ultra Sun Ultra Moon theme team. So this one is my Prime Numbers theme team for Gen 2. So I actually really loved this team, but I did have one Pokemon really that drew up the tier quite high, which did make it a little harder to get some decent battles. So it took me a little longer than the others. I have had them for a little bit, but anyway, we'll jump in. So this one's against Toasty, and unlike a lot of people, I'm pretty sure he was a male in the last gen, and now he's gone to female, which a lot of people have. But anyway, I'm going to lead off with my Spinnerack, which literally was my lead in every single match, and he leads off with Pennydum. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do against this thing. I knew I was going to be outsped. Now I am Focus Sashed. Obviously, that's a smarter choice with this thing. I mean, I'm a Spinnerack. But I thought, I'm going to go for a Toxic Threat against this. I can slow it down and poison it. I was thinking now, I did have Toxic Spikes for a reason, as well as Sticky Web, obviously. And then another, just an actual attack on there. But anyway, I'm like, okay, well, this thing shouldn't be too hard to deal with now. But I could have got some webs or spikes up because I looked at his team and I'm pretty sure I didn't want to go for spikes, so I just went, okay, we'll see what happens. So Spinnerack's down, but at least we poisoned this thing and slowed it down. I'm going to put money on it is Sashed. So, you know, it could... Sashed. Scarfed. So it's going to be quite fast, but now with the speed drop, it's just normal. So I send out Quillfish, which was a risky move, because if I'm going to get outsped and hit with a Psychic, there's a good chance I will be taken out. So it actually was a very risky move. But he actually is going to swap into his Arbok, expecting a physical move, but I'm actually a special Quillfish, which was a really fun set with Intimidate. And then I have Specs with Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Venoshock, which works well with Toxic Spikes, and Signal Beam. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to swap into my Slowking here. Now, Slowking was a fun set. I actually have had this Slowking for a while. I caught in Sun and Moon just while chaining some Slowpoke and didn't even see it appear, and then I'm sitting there with Jake like, speaking of Jake, I got engaged yesterday to Jake, and I'm going to hopefully put a video together of it, but like, yay! Okay, back to the video. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm going to get a Carmine up. I'm pretty sure that's what I did there. But did I do Trick Room? I wasn't paying attention. Now I go Carmine. So I'm going to go for a Trick Room. Now I thought, okay, this is a Y-Naught, so I'm like, okay. Now, I have a feeling he did have Shadow Tag. To me, I honestly don't care with this thing. Now, technically, if it has Shadow Tag, it's banned to Ubers, but I'm like, I don't care. So I thought I'll get a couple of Carmines up. Now, obviously, I'm not the smartest set, and it would be better running with a Scald, but I wanted to run it with, I think I ran Psychic or Psyshock, which we'll get to in a sec. So, because as well I chained him, he hasn't got Regenerator, which, yeah, I think he has anyway, isn't the best. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just get a couple Carmines up, go from there, you know. And then I went for a Psychic. I thought hopefully it'll just hit hard enough that I'll not be taken out by a Mirror Coat. And then, yeah. But I am max special attack, max defense. So I usually do leave a fair few moves anyway. And I hit him so hard that I'm going to go down there. So I'm like, damn it. Slowking, yeah, just didn't get a chance. So I thought, oh, well, good chance to bring in Hoothoot. Now, honestly, guys, Hoothoot doesn't get to shine ridiculously well in these battles. But I have actually 2 little extra battles at the end. Neither of them are amazingly long, and I'm not going to give away what happens, but Hoothoot causes some crazy shit, and I love this set. So anyway, I was hoping he wasn't going to go for an Encore and go for the Mirror Coat on the first one. Would have been good, because it didn't knock me low enough for the berry I'm carrying. So I could have got a Roost off, then a second hit. But, so what I am anyway, I should explain this set. I'm a Hypnosis, Roost, Recycle, and my brain will kick in a second, and Nightshade set. So the idea is I can come in, put something to sleep, or get a couple of Nightshades off that. Now my berry I have is actually a Straff Berry, which gives you a double boost in any stat. So I've got max HP, max special defense. So if I get like a double defense boost or a double special defense boost, I can actually really start causing some problems. And it's really, really fun to use. So anyway, I am encored in now to Hypnosis, which didn't worry me at all. And I'm thought, I'm going to swap out now here. I couldn't swap out before. As I said, I'm pretty sure it's Shadow Tag. So I thought, I'm going to bring in Typhlosion. Now, this Typhlosion set, honestly love it. This is a way you can make real good use of egg moves, which just seem pretty pointless in the end. Okay, so he's going to bring back in Why Not, which is even better because I got my free Z move off. Now, you may be wondering what Z move I'm using. I'm using Z Foresight. Now, the reason I'm using Z Foresight is because it gives me a double boost in my critical hit ratio, just like Focus Energy. Now, when you use Focus Energy or something like this, it actually, with this generation, gives you a double boost, making your critical hit chance at 50%. So, obviously didn't matter too much here against the Why Not, and it's actually, I think I did a fair few attacks, and I think I got 2 or 3, including that one, that weren't critical hits. So anyway, Penny Dumb's going to come in. Now, the critical hits aren't just for hitting really hard, so he's going to outspeed me. I'm expecting to live, and I do take it really well. And then I go for Overheat. Now, this is why I have it, because I can really hit hard with an Overheat, get a critical hit with the Stab Overheat, but then when I get a critical hit following up, my special attack drops are completely ignored. So it's such a fun move to use. So anyway, he brings in Snowball here. I'm like, okay, well, hopefully he won't wake up. I'm assuming he's going to have a fake out. High chance it could be like a fake out last resort set. Well, cool set, but still. So now I'm going for Focus Blast. I don't miss it. I hit. I'm looking at HP. I'm like, yes, got the crit. So I'm able to take that one out. I'm like, this is going well. And I'm like, I've actually just taken out 3 Pokemon with Typhlosion alone. So now Arbok comes in. I'm like, okay, now I know this thing can have Sucker Punch. And I know I'm probably low enough to get taken out. So he goes for Sucker Punch. I'm like, awesome. I'm going to go... I went for an attack, sorry, extra sensory. So now I know he has a Sucker Punch, and he lives. He just lives. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. I'm like, okay, so mind game time. Okay, so he's probably going to go for Sucker Punch again. I'm going to just go for Foresight. I was correct. Yep, cool. And I hate Sucker Punch mind games. Not because they're not a fun part, not because it takes thinking or anything. I hate them because I second guess myself. So now he's used 3 Sucker Punches. I'm like, he's probably got 5, and I was thinking, I should attack this turn. Yep, I'm going to attack. Then I went, no, actually, no, I won't. Sorry, not this turn. I was like, oh, sorry, now he's used 4, and he's got 1 left. I'm like, okay. I should attack because he's probably not going to go for the 4th Sucker Punch. Then I double guess myself. Then I jump around. And I went for Foresight, and he went for an attack. I should have attacked. I was going to go for it, and then I double guessed myself, and it just ruins me. So that sucks, because if I actually took that out, then the next 2, I could have got a Typhlosion Sweep, which would have been amazing. But it's fun. It's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I thought I'll bring in Hoothoot here. He goes for the Gunk Shot. I'm like, that'll wreck me. But misses, and I get a Hypnosis. I'm like, good. Stay asleep, Snack. And hopefully I can probably take care of you. Now, as I was saying, if I got the sweep with Typhlosion, I would have had to try and find more battles with this team, and it wasn't easy. So anyway, Arbok's going to continue to sleep there, which is fine. I'm going to go for a Nightshade. This thing with the black sludge is actually killing me at the moment, because if it didn't have it, I would have had him down a long time ago. So I'm like, please stay asleep again. But he wakes up, and he hits me with this damn Gunk Shot. And I'm like, oh, come on. And yeah, that's definitely going to take out Hoothoot. So that sucks. So I'm down to 2. He's got 3, but I'm like, I can take care of this Arbok. I know I can. So I'm humming an arrow. Okay, I'm going to bring in Coolfish here. I feel like an Intimidate's going to be good, because he's not going to be doing too much to me if for some reason I don't kill him. And we can see what happens. So I went for the Hydro Pump, hoping I would miss. And I don't miss, thank goodness. And it's going to definitely take him out with Spec. So this thing does hit quite hard, and it's actually really fun to use. So I'm max speed, max special attack, but I'm not obviously the most not the fastest Pokemon. But in saying that, with general other bulk, it's alright. With the Intimidate as well, can definitely to survive. So this is the Pokemon that really sucked. So I was so lucky there to avoid that Thunder. I did not think that was coming. I thought it was probably... I don't know what I thought, to be honest. I should have thought it was going to be Thunder. So, absolute luck there. So, I'm like, okay, well, I went for X-Scissor. I don't know why I didn't just go for Drill Peck, because, it's Stab. But, because that's super effective, obviously. I'm on a roll this morning. Anyway, as I was saying, this Pokemon drags a tier up from NU, I'm pretty sure, to OU. if possible, maybe RU, but I don't think any of these guys are RU. So, which does suck when you tell people and they bring majority OU. And I even tell them what tier most of the Pokemon are in. I'm like, I have 2 Little Cup Pokemon, and I'm not talking like type Null or Scizor. Like, I'm talking Little Cup. So anyway, he swaps into Heatmore. I'm like, okay, this thing's actually a bit of a worry. Now, I was like, okay, I'm going to swap because I am worried about this thing. I think I've versed it before. I've seen a couple of sets like these where this thing can be a troll master with some of these things. I actually have a cool set I want to run with this. So he goes for a substitute. So I'm like, crap. I'm like, okay, well, my plan here is I'm going to get a Hydro Pump off. I do, thank goodness, so I can take out the sub. And I'm like, hopefully I won't miss the next turn because I outspeed, and I'm hoping he hasn't gone for sub this turn, expecting it. But I just need to make sure. And he doesn't, he goes for a Tract. I'm like, oh, that could be worse. Actually, it kind of is worse because now I've got a 50% chance of not even attacking. It's fun. I really like a Tract as a move because it's fun and gimmicky. But yeah, I'm like, come on, get through, get through, get through. I get through, I'm like, hit. I'm like, yes, boy, yes. And I'm able to take out that Heatmore because I was like, oh my gosh, Dominatrix could have been a problem. So thank goodness that's down. Now he's got just John Deere left, and I'm like, okay, this thing's a bit of a worry. So I'm like, I'm going to swap out. If I can wear him down a little bit more, I have a better chance of taking him out, but he's probably going to outspeed me, which isn't good. So I'm like, okay. And then he goes for a Z move. I'm like, oh, what is it? And I'm like, okay, it's Grassy and Z. So I'm going to live this one at least. Well, I should live this one also. And I'm like, okay, come on. Let's see how we're going to go. So Bloom Doom, I'm going to say it's obviously coming off. You let him Leaf Storm, I'm pretty sure, yeah. And not that I use Rotom that much. And I'm going to take that really well because, you know, it's fine. But unfortunately, I am burnt, which does suck because I am definitely doing less damage. So now he's going to go for the Thunder, and there is no way I'm going to live that. If I did, which would have been great, that would have been cool because I could have had a weakness policy activation. Sorry, I had to think what I had there. So now down to Quillfish. I'm like, okay. So pretty 100% sure that I'm going to die to a Thunder. So I'm like, great. So I'm like, okay, game, and then he misses. He misses the Thunder. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Specs Ice Beam. I should be taking this thing out. I hit hard. I'm watching it. I'm like, yes, I friggin' want it. I was like, oh, what a battle. That was so fun. I really enjoyed that one. God, it's just, yeah, that was so fun. Okay, so we'll get into the next one. So the next one's against Brendan. Now, this one was actually really fun too, and he himself had a theme team that he was using, which worked out well because it had that multi-tiered steps that helped out. So I sent out Spinarak first, and he's going to send out Clown Senpai. Now, after versing multiple ones of these, I thought I'm going to go for it because I've been close other times with one of the hits. So I went for Sucker Punch, and I thought, should do half. It did just under half, and I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame. So he goes for Shadow Ball. I'm like, okay, so he's probably like the whole scarfed Shadow Ball thing. So that's fine. And so I hang on with Focus Sash. I'm like, oh, well, see how close I can get. I'm like, as I said, I've had rolls where it takes him over half, and he lives on like 1 HP. I'm like, no, I wanted Spinarak to be able to claim this thing. I was like, oh, but I might bring Spinarak a couple times to random battles, especially if I'm expecting a Clown Senpai on the other team, because to be able to handle this thing with a Spinarak would be amazing. So anyway, I thought, okay, Hoothoot in. This thing is Scarf, so he's not going to be able to hit me. I'll have to swap out, and then he booms. This thing explodes in my Hoothoot's face. I'm like, really? Hoothoot was ready to show off. So I've lost both my baby Little Cups at this stage, but as I said, Hoothoot gets to shine so much in extra battles. Like, if you are all interested, please do watch them, because they're pretty funny and pretty cool. So anyway, I thought, okay, time to bring in Slowking, see what I can get. And I thought, I know, and then he goes for Light Screen. I'm like, okay, well, I can handle with this. He's obviously faster. I went for a Carmine first because I thought if he is slower, I don't really want to go for a Trick Room. But, you know. And then I'm like, okay, well, see what happens here. So obviously he's gone for the... he's slower. So now he goes for Thunder Wave. He misses. I'm going to go for another Carmine. I thought, just set it up. You know, I don't think this thing will be able to touch me too hard, even if it has a super effective move. And you know, especially with now 2 Calm Minds up. So he's going to go for a second Thunder Wave, and he's going to finally hit and paralyze me. I'm like, okay, well, benefit with that is me being paralyzed, I'm slower. But also negative, me being paralyzed, that happens. I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, okay, well, goodbye that thing. And now he's going to bring in Mr. Mime, which, if you're thinking it's a clown theme team, he corrected me and said, no, it's a Harlequin theme team. So there you go. Anyway, so I got my Trick Room up, and now I am paralyzed. So I'm like, this is going great. I was interested in getting a hit off before he, got a Calm Mind up. I'm like, okay, well, we can deal with this. So Mr. Mime over there is just going to try and boost as well. I'm like, great. And then I'm paralyzed again. So I was paralyzed, got a Trick Room, then I was paralyzed, then I was paralyzed. I'm like, this is going great. So this turn I thought, okay, I'm going to go for the rest, because I got Resto Chesto here, and I thought at least I can get rid of this dumb paralysis, so I'm not going to continuously not get a hit off. So I get myself back to full HP, but unfortunately with only 2 Calm Minds and such, I'm going to take a decent amount of damage. So I'm like, I think I'm just going to attack at this stage. So I went for a Psychic. I thought, let's see how much damage I can do. It is the last round, and it does nothing. It does like nothing. I'm like, oh well, he's got the light screen up. There's not too much I can do. I was knowing what to do here. Well, obviously I'm going to die here. But the turn before, I could have gone for other things, but I thought, nah, I'm just going to take it. And I actually just did not think I'd get an attack off there. I think he thought he'd take me out with a Confusion. But luckily the light screen's down, so I do get to do a bit more damage, which is good. That's what I was hoping for anyway, but I didn't think it'd actually happen. And so now Slowking's going to go down. So unfortunately, he didn't get to shine too much in these battles, but yeah. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to bring in Typhlosion. That is why, guys, I did not set up another Trick Room. So I went for the Overheat. I do outspeed, which is awesome. And I'm going to take out Mr. Mime there. So I'm like, good. I was worried that actually, no, from that range, I would have been absolutely surprised if I didn't with only 1 Calm Mind. So now he's going to bring him back in, or he's going to bring back in Mimi. Now I'm like, okay, well, I'm expecting some setup from this thing. I'm going to go for my Z, what is it again? Z Foresight, so I can get my critical hit ratio up to 50%. And now I'm expecting him probably not to go for the Thunder Wave the first time, and probably be more interested in actually getting a reflection or a light screen up, one of his screens. And doing so, that way I can hopefully avoid getting paralyzed, and now I can go for an attack. So I'm going to go for Overheat, obviously, and I miss. I'm like, oh gosh, damn it. And then he goes for light screen. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, not the greatest thing having his double screens up, but with my critical hit ratio, which ignores the screens as long as I get a crit. So the second Overheat against this thing, I do not miss. And I'm going to obliterate Mimi there, and thank goodness I can get rid of that. So good boy. So now he's going to bring in Spotlight, which is his Poplio. So I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do with this Poplio. So I'm going to go for an extra sensory. Now, obviously the aim for this was to hopefully get a flinch, but thanks to the double drops and the screens, I do like nothing. Then that thing hits way harder than I expected for a physical Poplio, so that's pretty cool. Now he's going to go for the Aqua Jet to follow up and take out Typhlosion. But Typhlosion did get rid of the 2 Mimes, so I was alright with that. So I'm down to 2, but I'm not too afraid. That was horrible. So I'm going to go for the Drill Peck here. I'm doing alright damage. I'm definitely doing less than I thought I'd do. He's going to go for a Waterfall, which is fine. I'm expecting minimal damage, but doing a little bit more than expected, but I'm not a defensive variant. So now Weak Armor is going to activate, which is okay, because I doubt any of his Pokemon actually have a super effective move. But I didn't want to take another hit from this thing at this stage. So I thought I'm going to swap out, go into Cool Fish, I'll get the Intimidate off, so he's going to do a little with a water move against this thing. And I can figure this out. I think I've got the right Pokemon to deal with what I need to deal with. So anyway, I am actually going to swap back in. I don't know if he's going to go for a swap or if he's going to go for another attack, but thanks to his drop, I was expecting him to swap. So I was correct. So Prima Donna is going to come in here, which is his, obviously, Primarina. Now, that works out well for me. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. And so I'm going to go for a drill peck. At this stage, I'm just scouting a possible hidden power. But he's actually going to go for Sing. I'm like, ooh, that could be dangerous now. So he hits Sing, which is fine. It's fine. So the light screen wears off, and I'm like, okay, well, realistically, I just wanted to get rid of his screens as well, because having a special Quillfish, I really need that light screen down to do any damage. So I stay asleep on the swap. I'm like, oh, come on. Let's see what happens. So I'm still asleep afterwards, and I'm like, oh, well, at least I know I will survive a hit. I need to get some more damage up on this thing, but I also need to try and avoid dying, really, at least at this stage, because I've got 3 left, and I can't lock myself into the wrong move with a Specs Mon, so at least a swap or Death Fodder, I can get myself out of the wrong move. So now he's going to actually go for Iron Tail, so I don't know why. I have no idea why. I'm thinking he may have expected it to do more and wanted to see, because sometimes it's fun, you know, you just go for the shitty move because you think you're fine, you got it all, so you can do what you want. So now I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go for a Drill Peck. Now I'm hoping I can deal with this thing here, and I get a crit, which is awesome, and he goes for another Iron Tail, and I'm going to live again. So I think that was twice he expected to at least be able to take me out with that, so really should have gone for the Waterfall there, but that's fine. So now, as I said, I really want to try and save this thing in case I need it. So I'm going to swap into Quillfish. I'm like, okay, well, my best move to lock myself into, even though I didn't get any spikes or any toxic spikes or that, which could have actually worked alright against this team, I'm going to go for the Venoshock, because it's still a 65% base. Then it's going to get a 32.5 boost, so it's going to put me to nearly 100 base, and 97.5. And then I've also got the Specs 50% boost, max special attack. So I should be able to hit fairly hard against most of his remaining Pokemon. So anyway, Poplio's down. I'm like, okay, we've got 2 left against 2, but really, if you add mine together, or equal 1. So Prima Donna comes in. I'm like, okay, well, I hopefully should outspeed this thing, which I do. And I'm expecting, hopefully, to be able to take it out. And thanks to the super effective nature there, well, not nature, it's just the fact it's super effective, I take it out. So now we're down to 1 on his side. I'm like, okay, Melody. Now, if I know anything about Brioni, it can be a very special defensive Pokemon, especially with Eviolite. And by the looks of that damage, it's pretty specially defensive. And then I see this Attract, and I'm like, crap. Okay, well, let's do what I need to do. So I'm going to swap out here. I'm going to swap into my Skarmory, because I need to get out of that Attract at this point and get a little bit more damage and go back in. So I'm like, oh, come on. And the recovery is going to hurt a little bit, but I should be able to do a fair chunk of damage with this now. I wasn't expecting a Aqua Jet on this thing, which there wasn't. And yeah, we got the Scald, which is going to be fine now, because I'm going to swap back into a Pokemon that resists Scald unless he has another move. And even if I get burnt, lucky I'm a special attacker. So Quillfish is coming in here. I'm like, okay, let's see. This comes down to us. And I'm like, Quillfish, you are literally the last Pokemon in both battles. Like, honestly, more often than not, Quillfish and obviously Typhlosion did a lot of the work. So anyway, that does around half of what he had left, and then he's going to hit me, or she, if we want to go, because Brioni is a she, is going to hit me with an Attract. I'm like, okay, so we're going to come down both battles. Oh, not both battles. Well, actually, at one stage we did too. So we're going to have Attract, Quillfish, both battles, and both battles Quillfish at the end. So that's pretty cool. I'm watching him like, yes! Crit! I don't exactly know if that definitely mattered with rolls, but oh my gosh. Like, the luck with Quillfish there at the end of both battles was just awesome. And I loved that set. Like, I loved Quillfish set. Actually, I loved a lot of these sets. Probably that Spinarak was fun, and I really want to be able to take out a good, Blastfloon with it. Hoothoot, as I said, watch the next videos, because Hoothoot is awesome. Typhlosion, that set. And just, loved this team. And you will definitely see these Pokemon appearing later. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy that, please do, we've got to Venoshock that like button. It does help me out, lets me know that people are enjoying it, that you're liking these theme teams. I'll still keep doing them anyway, because some people are watching them and I love doing them. My Discord's down below if you want to jump on there. I do take a lot of the battles on there, or most of them, because that's the best place for me to try and get them. So when I have a theme team, you'll know. Also, if you do have anything you want to chuck below, theme teams, suggestions, comments, anything, do so. I'll try and get to them. I do have a few comments to catch back up on, but as you know, it's been a very exciting last couple of days and busy week. But anyway, guys, do watch the next videos. If you watch this far, watch the next videos, because worth it. Anyway, guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.